The United States women's national soccer team represents the United States in international soccer competitions. It is controlled by United States Soccer Federation and competes in CONCACAF. The team has been one of the most successful in international women's soccer, winning 3 Women's World Cup titles, 4 Olympic women's gold medals, 7 CONCACAF Gold Cup wins, and 10 Algarve Cups. It has medaled in every single World Cup and Olympic tournament in women's soccer history, from 1991 to 2015. After being ranked No. 2 on average from 2003 to 2008 in the FIFA Women's World Rankings, the team was ranked No. 1 continuously from March 2008 to December 2014, falling back behind Germany, the only other team to occupy the No. 1 position in the rankings history. The team is currently ranked No. 1, moving back into the position on July 10, 2015 due to its victory in the 2015 World Cup. The team was selected as the U.S. Olympic Committee's Team of the Year in 1997 and 1999, and Sports Illustrated chose the entire team as 1999 Sportswomen of the Year for its usual Sportsman of the Year honor. Following the most recent World Cup win, the team was honored with their own ticker tape parade in New York City, the first for a women's sports team, and they also received the Outstanding Team Award during the 2015 Aspire Awards and a Teen Choice Award for Favorite Female Athlete. They were honored by Glamour magazine as Women of the Year. Sports Illustrated celebrated them with 25 covers of the magazine, one of several members of the team, one of head coach Jill Ellis, and then one cover for each member of the 23-player squad. The team was again honored on October 27, 2015, when President Barack Obama welcomed them to the White House. The president stated, "This team taught all America's children that playing like a girl means you're a badass." Quote. He then amended, saying perhaps he should use a different word choice, and said playing like a girl means you're the best. History. The team played its first match at the Mundialito tournament on August 12, 1985, coached by Mike Ryan, in which they lost 1-0 to Italy. In March 2004, 2 of its stars, Mia Hamm and Michelle Akers, were the only 2 women and the only 2 Americans named to the FIFA 100, a list of the 125 greatest living soccer players chosen by Pelé as part of FIFA's centenary observances. Those 2 women, along with Julie Fordy, Kristen Lilly, and the 1999 team, started a revolution towards women's team sports in America. Arguably the most influential and memorable victory came in the 1999 World Cup when they defeated China 5-4 in a penalty shootout following a 0-0 draw after extended time. With this win they emerged onto the world stage and brought significant media attention to women's soccer and athletics. On July 10, 1999, over 90,000 people filled the Rose Bowl to watch the United States play China in the final. After a back-and-forth game, the score was tied 0-0 at full time, and remained so after extra time, leading to a penalty kick shootout. With Brianna Scurry's save of China's third kick, the score was 4-4 with only Brandi Chastain left to shoot. She scored and won the game for the United States. Chastain famously dropped to her knees and whipped off her shirt, celebrating in her sports bra, which later made the cover of Sports Illustrated and the front pages of newspapers around the country and world. This win influenced girls to want to play soccer on a team. Perhaps the second most influential victory came on July 10, 2011, in the quarter-final of the 2011 Women's World Cup in Germany, where the U.S. defeated Brazil 5-3 on penalty kicks. Brazil had annihilated the USA in the previous World Cup, handing the USA the worst defeat in the history of the program, 4-0 in the semi-final. Coming into the match, the USA had never failed to advance to the semi-final round in World Cup history. Brazil also featured reigning five-time FIFA Women's World Player of the Marta. Brazil had been finalists in the past three major international tournaments, but had yet to win a championship. Thanks to a blistering cross by Shannon Box and a charging run by Abby Wambach, the USA forced an own goal in the opening minutes of the match and went up 1-0. Midway through the second half, Marta made a run at the USA's goal in USA defender Rachel Bueller challenged. The referee, Jackie Melksham, ruled it a foul, gave Brazil a penalty kick, and red-carded Bueller, sending her off in the 65th minute. Hope Solo saved the initial penalty kick made by Christiane, but this was controversially overruled by the referee, and the penalty kick was ordered to be retaken. Marta converted, tying the game 1-1. Melksham initially claimed the reason for the redo was that Hope Solo had stepped off the line. Solo was yellow-carded for either this offense or for protesting. Video replay proved Solo had not come off the line, and after the match, the official record claimed that the true offense was a U.S. player encroaching into the box before the initial PK was taken. In the first overtime, Marta scored, again controversially, as the player who assisted her looked to be offsides, but this was not cool. The U.S. had less than 20 minutes to equalize, all while playing down a player since the 65th minute. In the 117th minute, the Brazilian Erica received a yellow card for gamesmanship, when she faked injury for several minutes, was placed on a stretcher and carried to the corner flag before she leapt off the stretcher and ran back onto the pitch. This confused everyone as to how much injury time was left. In the 121st minute, Carly Lloyd took a shot and missed, giving possession back to Brazil. Christiane took the ball to the USA's corner and stood on it, wanting to waste the clock. USA captain Christy Rampone pressured her to pass and the ball was intercepted by Ali Krieger. Krieger passed to Lloyd, who dribbled upfield and drew several Brazilian players, leaving Megan Rapinoe open on the wing. Lloyd passed to Rapinoe, who hugged the sideline. Just past the mid-stripe, Rapinoe hammered a left-footed 45-yard cross to the Brazilian back post where Abby Wambach was crashing. It was the 122nd minute, and Abby scored on her signature header. The goal was called the header heard round the world, and it tied the game 2-2. It has been voted the greatest goal in U.S. soccer history and the greatest goal in Women's World Cup history. Commentator Ian Dark shouted, "Oh, do you believe this?" Abby Wambach has just saved the USA's life in this World Cup. And later, Brazil is denied at the death. All of the USA's penalty kick takers, Shannon Box, Carly Lloyd, Abby Wambach, Megan Rapinoe, and Ali Krieger, converted the PKs. Hope Solo saved Diane's attempt at a PK, allowing the US to win 5-3 in PKs. Solo was named MVP of the match. Coincidentally, the USA-Brazil match was played on the 12th anniversary of the memorable 1999 World Cup final, which the US also won on penalty kicks. Brianna Scurry and Hope Solo each made a save on the third PK taker, and the USA players who scored the winning penalty kicks were both defenders who didn't normally take PKs. In the 2012 Summer Olympics, the U.S. won the gold medal for the fourth time in 5 Olympics by defeating Japan 2-1 in front of 80,203 fans at Wembley Stadium, a record for a women's soccer game at the Olympics. The United States advanced to face Japan for the gold medal after the 2011 Women's World Cup final, won by the Japanese in a penalty shootout, by winning arguably one of the greatest games, only rivaled by the victories mentioned above. In the semi-final match against Canada, the Americans trailed 3 times before Alex Morgan's header in the 3rd minute of injury time at the end of 30 minutes of extra time lifted the team to a 4-3 victory. Morgan's game-winning goal is now the latest tally ever in a FIFA competition. The London Olympics marked the first time the USWNT won every game en route to the gold medal and set an Olympic women's team record of 16 goals scored. Wambach scored a team-leading 5 goals in 5 straight games, which is a new U.S. and Olympic record, while Morgan and Rapinoe led the team with 4 assists apiece, which attributed to the team high-tying 10 points, by scoring both goals in the 2012 Olympic final. Carly Lloyd is the only woman in history to score the winning goal in separate gold Olympic matches. In late 2012, U.S. Soccer announced it would subsidize formation of the new National Women's Soccer League starting in 2013, following previous termination of the Women's United Soccer Association and Women's Professional Soccer Leagues. Stated benefits to the women's national team included providing competitive games week in and week out against the other best players in the country, as well as some international players, and giving opportunities to players who may not have the chance in the past to play for the national team, to players who have been on the fringes but haven't been able to break into the squad. In the 2013 season, USA had an undefeated record of 1-4-0-2, with their last win against Brazil with a score of 4-1 as part of a longer 43-game unbeaten streak that spanned 2 years. The USA's 43-game unbeaten streak came to an end after a 1-0 loss against Sweden in the 2014 Algarve Cup. The streak began with a 4-0 win over Sweden in the 2012 Algarve Cup after a 1-0 loss against Japan. The USWNT's 104-game home unbeaten streak ended on December 16, 2015 with a 1-0 loss to China. In December 2013, the USWNT all-time best she was chosen by the United States Soccer Federation. Goalie, Brianna Scurry. Defenders, Brandi Chastain, Carla Overbeck, Christy Rampone, Joy Fawcett. Midfielders, Kristen Lilly, Michelle Akers, Julie Fordy. Forwards, Mia Hamm, Abby Wambach, Alex Morgan. On July 5, 2015, USA defeated Japan 5-2 in the final of the 2015 World Cup, claiming the 3rd Women's World Cup title and the first since 1999. Carly Lloyd scored 3 goals in 16 minutes, including one from 56.9 yards out, achieving the fastest hat-trick from kickoff in World Cup history, not to be confused with the record for briefest hat-trick, which is 5 minutes. With Lloyd's 3rd goal, Telemundo announcer Andres Cantor shouted "GOOOOOOAL" for nearly 40 seconds. Lauren Holiday scored the winning goal and Tobin Heath scored the USA's 5th goal. With about 10 minutes left, Abby Wambach was subbed into the game, and it was the last World Cup match she would participate in. The fans greeted her with a standing ovation and chanted her name. Lloyd, wanting to honor Abby further, placed the captain's band on her when she entered. Lloyd said, "I wanted to make sure she put the armband on because she deserves it. She has been legendary to this team." She's been unbelievable. I'm so thankful I can call her my friend, my teammate, and I'm just so proud her last World Cup she could go out strong. As Abby entered the match, she high-fived her longtime friend and Japanese legend Homer Sawa, who, like Abby, was playing in her final World Cup. Sawa had been subbed into the match in the first half. In the 86th minute, longtime team captain Christy Rampone was subbed into the game and became the oldest player to ever play in a Women's World Cup final. The crowd roared, as this was a further nod of respect from Ali's 2015 World Champions squad to the 1999 championship team. Rampone was the only member of the squad to have been in both championship teams. While no one pulled a Brandy Chastain in 2015, new enduring images of celebration emerged. Carly Lloyd crying on the field with a relieved grin, Sydney Leroux embracing her husband in the stands, showing that men can be just as supportive of the spouses as the wives are for them. Golden confetti showering a victorious USA team as the captains duly lift the trophy. But perhaps the most famous celebration was when Abby Wambach ran to the sideline and kissed her wife, Sarah Huffman, whom she had married in 2013. During the 2015 tournament, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled it unconstitutional to deny same-sex couples the right to marriage. While Wambach and Huffman traditionally kept a low profile about the relationship, their kiss was broadcast live and the image went viral with the hashtag #LoveWins on Twitter. Wambach reflected, "It's definitely not something that I ever considered before it happened. It was just in the moment, and that's something that I'm proud of, that we could maybe move the needle into a more open-minded and accepting frame of mind. Hopefully, if that can help one person feel more confident about their life, then I'm proud." President Obama acknowledged the moment as well when honoring the team at the White House, saying that she and her wife had showed how far America had come, on and off the field. The victory made the team the first in history to have won 3 Women's World Cup titles, becoming the most successful team in the tournament to date. The USWNT's success ushered in an uncertain following year. In the second of 2 match against China later that year, the USWNT lost for the first time on US soil since 2004. 2016 then saw the US only manage a draw against Colombia in the final group stage match of the Olympic soccer tournament, which was followed by a draw against rival Sweden on August 12, 2016 in the quarter-finals. During the penalty kick phase that followed the overtime period, Alex Morgan had her kick blocked by Sweden's GK and Kristen Press's PK missed the goal entirely, giving Sweden the win by 4-3 PK margin. The devastating loss marked the only time that the USWNT did not advance to the gold medal game of the Olympics. It was also the first time that the USWNT failed to advance to the semi-final round of a major tournament. Shortly afterwards, U.S. goalkeeper Hope Solo made news by suggesting that Sweden's game strategy and excessively safe style of play was inconsistent with the spirit of the sport, which is commonly called the beautiful game. Team image. Media coverage. U.S. TV coverage for the 5 Women's World Cups from 1995 to 2011 was provided by ESPN, ABC and Univision, while coverage rights for the 3 Women's World Cups from 2015 to 2023 were awarded to Fox Sports and Telemundo. In May 2014 a deal was signed to split TV coverage of other USWNT games between ESPN, Fox Sports, and Univision through the end of 2022. The USWNT Games in the 2014 CONCACAF Women's Championship and the 2015 Algarve Cup were broadcast by Fox Sports. The 1999 World Cup final, in which the USA defeated China, set a world attendance record for a women's sporting event of 90,185 in a sellout at the Rose Bowl in California. The game set the original record for largest U.S. television audience for a women's soccer match, with 17.975 million viewers on average and an estimated 40 million watching at least part, and was the most viewed English-language U.S. broadcast of any soccer match until the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup final between the United States and Japan. The 2015 Women's World Cup final between the USA and Japan was the most watched soccer match, men's or women's, in American broadcast history. It averaged 23 million viewers and higher ratings than the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals. In fact, the 2015 NBA Finals had the highest average ratings since the Michael Jordan era, and Game 6, where the Golden State Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers, set a record for ABC. That record rating was equaled and surpassed by the 2015 Women's World Cup final. The final was also the most watched U.S. Spanish-language broadcast of a FIFA Women's World Cup match in history. Overall, there were over 750 million viewers for the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup, making it the most watched Women's World Cup in history. The FIFA Women's World Cup is now the second most watched FIFA tournament, with only the Men's FIFA World Cup attracting more viewership. The record for Olympic women's soccer attendance was set by the 2012 Olympic final between the USWNT and Japan, with 80,023 spectators at Wembley Stadium. Coaching star. Source. Team. Current squad. The following 18 players were called up for the 2016 Summer Olympics. Caps and goals are current as of August 12, 2016, after match against Sweden. Recent call-ups. The following players were named to a squad in the last 12 months. Notes: alt equals alternate. Red equals retired from the national team. PREG equals pregnant. INJ equals injured. Pre equals preliminary squad. Position legend. GK equals goalkeeper. DF equals defender. MF equals midfielder. FW equals forward. Recent schedule and results. The following is a list of matches in 2016, as well as any future matches that have been scheduled. U.S. Soccer schedule. U.S. Soccer results. USA fixtures and results. FIFA.com. Past and present uniforms. The USWNT has worn a combination of red, white, or blue in most years, with exceptions including a gold shirt in 2007, a black shirt in 2011, and black trim with neon green socks for the 2015 World Cup. In 2012, the team started wearing the same kit as the U.S. men's team, beginning with the red and white hoop design. Nike became the kit supplier for U.S. Soccer in 1995, with an agreement signed in December 2013 to extend the sponsorship through 2022. The USWNT began wearing two stars as of 1999 to signify their two World Cup titles. A third star was added after the third World Cup title in July 2015. Competitive record. Yearly team summary. Sources. World Cup host year in red. The team has participated in every World Cup through 2015 and won a medal in each. Olympic Games. The team has participated in every Olympics tournament through 2016 and won a medal in each until 2016, when they were eliminated in the quarter-finals on penalty shootout. CONCACAF Championship and Gold Cup won. The U.S. team directly qualified for the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup as hosts of the event. Because of this, they did not participate in the 1998 CONCACAF Championship, which was the qualification tournament for the World Cup. Believes Cup. Algarve Cup. The Algarve Cup is a global invitational tournament for national teams in women's association football hosted by the Portuguese Football Federation. Held annually in the Algarve region of Portugal since 1994, it is one of the most prestigious women's football events, alongside the Women's World Cup and Women's Olympic football. International Women's Football Tournament of Brazil. Pan American Games. The Pan American Games are held in the same year as the FIFA Women's World Cup. Consequently, the senior United States women's national soccer team never participated in the Pan American Games. However, two youth teams, an under-18 team, participated and won the inaugural women's soccer tournament at the 1999 Pan American Games, and an under-20 team lost in the final to a full Brazil team in the 2007 Pan American Games. Some of the players who participated in those Pan American Games, such as Hope Solo, Tobin Heath, Lauren Cheney, Kat Reddick and Kelly O'Hara, later played for the full national team. Player records. Active players in bold. Statistics as of August 12, 2016. The women's national team boasts the first 6 players in the history of the game to have earned 200 caps. These players have since been joined in the 200 cap club by Pu Wenliji of China, Birgit Prinz of Germany, Katrine Pedersen of Denmark, Christine Sinclair of Canada, Homer Sawa of Japan, and Therese Sjogren of Sweden, as well as by 5 more Americans: Kate Markgraf, Abby Wambach, Heather O'Reilly, Carly Lloyd and Hope Solo. Kristen Lilly and Christy Rampone are the only players to earn more than 300 caps. Most goals scored in a match. The record for most goals scored in a match by a member of the USWNT is 5, which has been accomplished by 7 players. Head coaching history. Statistics as of August 12, 2016. Honors.